Look at that. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Zeapon, or Zeapon, because I think it's meant to be pronounced like weapon. So, Zeapon Micro 2 Plus Slider. So I've had the GVM slider, which I'm a big fan of, and it's an incredible slider for the price. Main selling points are it's affordable and it's extremely easy to use. You can just get it out of the bag and start using it immediately, and I really like that. I've also had the YC Onion hot dog slider, which was okay. Then I tried the Edelkrone, which was phenomenal quality, amazing quality, but it was quite difficult to use, and the price, it's really expensive. Then we've got the Zeapon, or Zeapon. I'm just going to call it Zeapon. Now I believe the main selling points for this is the quality itself. It's much like the Edelkrone, which is phenomenal. It's small, which means it's portable. It is easy to use, and it's a really good price. So basically, it's a great in-between the GVM and the Edelkrone. It's got the best features of both combined into one. I just want to point out first that PerGear actually sent me this unit to review, but they've not told me to say anything, they've not paid me to say anything, so all of my opinions in this video are 100% honest, and they didn't get to see this video before it was released. The motors are extremely strong. It's got a payload of 8 kilograms. That's huge. So you can get a lot of the big cinema cameras on this and heavy lens combinations without trouble. But because you can have this slider at different angles, the payload drops slightly to 4.5 kilograms. But I think that's still great. Perfect for the smaller prosumer level cameras and lenses. Now let me show you this first, because this is the best thing, or I think is the best thing about this slider. So I've had other sliders before that claim to go at different angles, but then you do it and the camera and the motors aren't strong enough, so it just lets go and your camera comes to it doesn't end well, basically. But with this, it actually works. Now I know I've only got a really lightweight camera and a lightweight lens on here at the moment, but look at that. All the way down. I mean, the lock isn't even on and it's holding the camera there perfectly fine. No strain on the motors whatsoever, it's not making a single sound or movement. And then if we want to start, look at that, a full 90-degree angle this camera is at, and there's no trouble whatsoever. No loss in speed, it's not shaking or wobbling, it's not having any trouble, it's disappearing. And because of this, it just opens you up to so many more variations of shot choice, because you can go horizontally like a normal slider motion, you can have it on an incline, but then you can also go vertically as well. So you're going to get different types of shots based on where your camera's pointing, and you've got no worries that this is going to handle it. And I am honestly astounded by this. Yeah, for the size of the thing, I didn't think it was going to handle angles like that, but it does. Now don't let the size fool you, because it actually travels further than the length of the slider itself. So it actually moves as it's sliding along. It's a 43 centimeter slider, but the distance it can travel is 54 centimeters with the motor on. And because it moves with the camera, you're not going to get the slider in the frame, which is so important, because there's been loads of times where you've got a long slider, which you need, and you want to do like a push-in shot forwards. But once it gets to a certain point, you can see the rails in the frame, and that's no good, because you want a wide angle shot, but you're going to have to crop in to get rid of the rails. So with this, you don't get that. So as you can see here, you can mount it to a tripod, but it's also got these legs on it, so you can put it onto a desk and mount it this way or that way. And you can also adjust these feet so that it's nice and level, whatever surface you're on. Then you can tuck them away when you want to take it somewhere. And yeah, it's a nice little compact design. So rather than mounting the slider in the middle where the tripod is, it can sometimes lean because of the weight. So what you do is mount a tripod this side, or a light stand, and another stand that side, and then it would be nice and balanced. But with this, you can't do that. There are no mounting points either side, so you just have to mount it in the middle. But what's clever about it is the way the weight's distributed, it doesn't lean. Look at that, I'm not even holding it. But I'm not going to guarantee that, because it all depends on the weight of your setup. So what I would advise is just make sure that your tripod is nice and secure and your legs are nice and wide. Not your legs, your tripod. So the app is nice and simple to use. It works over Bluetooth. It connects instantly to the motor so you can get up running straight away. It's super simple to get started. You've got your left and right, or forwards and backwards you can do, and you can even control the speed from that joystick there. It's like a virtual joystick. But then you can set up different points. So for example, if I go all the way over to this side, I can set my A point there, and then I'll go over to here and then set my B point there. And then I can start a loop. So all you do is press the loop button and then press play. Then the slider will just loop between those 2 points that we've set. So you can just leave that on its own to do its thing now. It's especially good for doing like interviews and stuff like that, where you want a little bit of camera movement to make the shot a little bit more interesting. And then we can just stop that and then press the return button and it'll go back to the middle point. Look at that. So you're probably thinking at the moment, it only goes left and right, forwards and backwards. You can actually get add-ons for this. You can get the pan and tilt head, which I haven't got, but it's super cool because then what you can do with the app is add the heads. So once they're both attached, it all syncs up and then you can program different movements for the different parts. And it's just amazing. So yeah, you'll be able to get that nice pan movement, tilt as well, and then that gives you so much more flexibility with your camera movements, and it's all automated. You can set it all up using the app and it will do all of those movements for you. So I'm actually using these MPF 970 batteries. I'm going to leave a link below because these are really long lasting, great charge time and definitely worth picking up. But the slider will last 14 hours on one of these batteries. 14 hours. So no fear of your battery running out on this. Yeah, it just seems to work really well. I can't believe the quality for the price. If this was out when I first got the GVM, I would have definitely gone for this. Like the features on it and the customizability. And the fact that you can customize it by adding different heads on here, it's just great because you've got loads of flexibility. In fact, I was talking to Morgan the other day and we were talking about gear, and one of the most important things we believe is how easy something is to use. Because if you turn up to a job and you start having trouble with something, it's just going to slow you down, it's going to create stress, and you don't want that. So the easier something is to use, the better. If you want to see a video on how to get better slider shots, I'll leave a link up here, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews, tutorials, vlogs. I've got loads of stuff coming and you don't want to miss out because it's some exciting stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.